Greetings folks, it is I, Toothache, and we are here once again with a guide for Dynasty Warriors 3. In this guide we're getting the fourth weapon from Ma Chao. So we're off to the battle at Tong Gate. We went the wrong way that way. There it is. From the Allied forces. And here he is. Equipment. Weapon we are going for is this. The Steel Dragon has base attack 42 and a fire element, jump 21, mounted attack 60, mounted defense 60 and reach 21. So heavily geared toward basically mounted combat. Equipment. We don't need a horse. But yeah, everything else should be fine. Let's begin.
Fool! Cao Cao's invasion is merely an excuse to attack us.
I know. But if we do not move, he will have all of Guangzhong in his hands. And that traitor Cao Cao killed my father and brother. I shall avenge them. I know that it's a trap, yet I will still fight. This is our land. We shall protect it! Don't let a single soldier of Cao Cao's through Tong Gate. All units, prepare to intercept!
Alright, the fourth weapon conditions are thus. You have to let Cao Cao meet Han Sui and let him defect, but you also have to have a cutscene where Ma Chao approaches Cao Cao. Once both of those conditions are met, you'll get the fourth weapon. In the meantime, we can start eliminating his allies, starting with Cao Hong here. Apologies for not putting video up over the last 2 days. I've been celebrating my lovely lady's birthday. She has her birthday on Halloween, which is pretty cool. And the new expansion for the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth was out on the 30th. So yeah, that's been keeping me busy the last couple of days. But enough about that. Let's just concentrate on what we're working on here, shall we? Don't know whether I'll start streaming some Afterbirth in the future, but it's always possible. I'm getting a lot of love out of it now. Haven't played it in a while, due to basically doing everything last time. Apart from a couple of things but that were just busy work, essentially. Anyway, Cao Hong here is almost down. Alright, you don't want to defeat too many enemies down here because you want Cao Cao to be able to head up to the west side and then enter the back end of Tong Gate, because that's where Han Sui is located. He doesn't really start moving until Huang's forces arrive. You remember when we was playing the Xiahou Yuan, Huang started at the battle. In this version of the battle, he starts as reinforcements and comes in a few minutes in. If you defeat all of the enemies down here, it is likely that Cao Cao will be met by Pengde and Ma Dai, who are Cao Cao's sub-generals, and they'll slow down his progress in order to meet Han Sui. So it's taken a while to kill these guys. For some reason they seem to have either high defense or higher morale than you'd expect. Either that or his third weapon just is terrible. So I'm not even able to break the guards of the generals here. Bit of crowd clearance there. That should do the trick. Thinking about it, I'm not using the Wave Musu either, which probably is slowing things down a bit. So look at the fire effect from these Musu attacks. You don't have to use that all the time. Almost tried to get health back again then. Managed to stop him that time. Alright. I know I have to approach Cao Cao to trigger a cutscene. I don't know if I have to be in a horse, because in the cutscene you are mounted. I'm going to ignore Xiahou Yuan, so there's something to keep my forces occupied down here, so they don't run into Cao Cao.
I cannot be stopped.
But I'm able to do it myself. I could defeat Xiahou. I might do, after I trigger the cutscene.
Beat me if you can.
Just as something to fill the time until Huang appears.
Cao Cao, I shall avenge my father and brother. Cao Cao.
Alright, so the good news is I don't have to be in a horse to trigger that cutscene. That makes things a little easier.
Coming along the Wei River.
You can choose your item selection then, as wherever you want.
Yan Qiu, Li Kang, come help us.
So you notice among the three, Han Sui was one of the ones mentioned there. And Huang's forces will start heading to the south of where they started, into the back end of the Tong gate. It's going to be interesting trying to take out Xiahou without also eliminating Cao Cao. I mean, Cao Cao does have commander stats, so anything I throw will be essentially half damage. It'll be just interesting trying to actually get damage when one's guarding the other. Xiahou's never usually a problem because of his slow attack speeds. Take out a guard captain, try and get some health back. You know, and instead of that, said something about them heading along the Wei River, which is probably along this location here. If I can eliminate Huang and start working my way through any remaining troops that are hanging around. Huang does bring a couple of other commanders with him, like Xiahou here. Now I've got a natural True Musu, which doesn't happen too often. Usually I'm using the Wave Musu, but I like to mix it up with the items. I don't like to use the same ones all the time, just because, you know, it gives me some variety in how things play out, and it makes it more interesting for you guys rather than just using the same setup all the time. Another point is that the same setup doesn't always work for every commander or every general. So there goes Xiahou, and Cao Cao's forces are starting to move along this way, which is a good sign. More likely to meet Han Sui, which is what you want. Here's Huang.
Let us begin.
Just try and be careful here. Huang could kill me. I wasn't too worried about the generic commanders. This guy, different story. If I can isolate his guard captain, or a guard captain, get some health back that way. Either that or I have a fast charge with my low Musu bar, so I can get a lot of Musu attacks in. Should keep me a lot safer. So I don't mind abusing low health strats here. use whatever works. I think I saw a guard captain around this somewhere. There's definitely one there. Thought that was a guard captain, and just turned out to be a regular guard. So yeah, I'm playing this one very risky, it seems. There we go, got a little bit of health back. I could be playing this a lot safer, but that's nowhere near entertaining, isn't it? You know, I don't want to be dominating all these battles all the time. I want them to be challenging because it's more entertaining for you guys, and it's more fun for me as I actually play them. So we got Huang and Xiahou both here. It's lucky not to get hit there. Managed to walk away, which is good. Oh no, you don't. Hey, that guard interrupted me. Oh, that's guard captain apparently. Even better. And my cat's going crazy in the background there, don't mind her. Counter-attacks are really key in dealing with generals, because they like to block a lot, especially on harder difficulties. Just want to wait for them to do their regular attacks and then counter. The risk for that is when they do their single charge one, because that can break your guard, which is rather annoying, as you can imagine. It's rather interesting how the AI was behaving there with Xiahou. He was,
Han Sui, put away your sword.
Cao Cao, what are you up to?
You and I have been friends for a long time. Come now, don't you think we can just talk this over?
he's doing his normal 6-hit combo, finishing up with a charge attack. But for some reason, he was only doing a single hit. With Xiahou's charge 6, he can get up to 3 hits.
Stand strong until reinforcements come.
So Han Sui, the morale goes down, just because of Han Sui having talks with Cao Cao. I've got a few minutes to wait before the defection happens. And then after that, I've got a little bit more time to wait, and then a supply unit will appear. Just on the other side of the bridge here. So yeah, even though this is a short stage, you've got to be waiting around quite a bit of time in order to make sure you both meet the requirements for the 4th weapon, and then...
Lord Ma Chao! Han Sui seems to be confiding with Lord Cao Cao!
What? Lord Han Sui? It can't be.
After that, you'll have a little bit of time to wait until the supply unit appears itself. I don't know why that is, why it doesn't appear straight away a lot of the time, but that's just how it goes. But I might be able to escape Huang there. I think the defection is more likely to happen if Han Sui is actually fighting Cao Cao rather than just his troops, or Cao Cao fighting Han Sui's troops. So I'm going to try and clear a space in order to reach them. And there's Ling here, who's another commander that came with Huang. Let's get him off his horse and take him down. He shouldn't be too much trouble, just another generic spear user. Yeah, he's almost down now, not to worry about.
I defeated an officer.
Right, now I'm gonna look out for a guard captain to get some health back. Not entirely sure where the pots are. There's one probably. Oh, there we go. That'll do the trick. I don't have to worry about it now. There's one probably by the gate, in the far back end of Tong Gate. So yeah, if we start clearing some space now, just clear out these troops so that Han Sui and Cao Cao can meet, the defection will happen a lot more readily. Take out these archers, because archers, that's crossbows, even worse. And there's the defection. So everyone's morale drops because of the defection, and I'm going to head back over here in preparation for the supply unit appearing, because I believe it appears in this area here. Yeah, so Han Sui, I could defeat him if I wish. He'll probably be hanging around Cao Cao now, so I'll probably have to. And I think I just have to wait for the messages to catch up. Once you do that, the supply unit appears. Supply units are never anything to worry about, and it doesn't matter who kills him, because either way he drops a fourth weapon. I was expecting that to take a little longer, but that's not been too bad. Don't know what's in these boxes, I may as well just open them just to kill time. Arrows. I don't want to go too far away from here in case the supply unit escapes. Don't want to be waiting too long. So yeah, all that's left on the enemy side is Xiahou Yuan, Han Sui is just affected, and Cao Cao. I'll probably have to take out Han Sui because he's hanging around Cao Cao now. I don't know how long it is this supply unit appears. I think it might be on a specific time. Or it might be just a specific time after the defection. So there's a supply unit popping in. Well, that's funny. My allies have managed to defeat Han Sui. He's done his job anyway. He granted me the fourth weapon. So there's one less enemy to worry about. All that's left, like I say, now is Xiahou Yuan and Cao Cao himself, who now I'll actually take out and finish the stage. And he's going to take a little bit because, you know, he's a commander. Commanders have high stats. Then you take half of the damage of the regular generals. Broke my guard there a little early. I'm getting some help from this guard here, which is nice. That charge 6 is doing some nice control here. Not just good for crowd control either. Be useful on the single target control.
It cannot end here. Not yet.
And there you have it. You have to make sure that Han Sui defects. That involves making sure that Han Sui meets up with Cao Cao. So make sure you don't kill all of the enemies at the bottom, so that Pengde and Ma Dai don't slow him down. And once the two defects, you wait around a little bit, make sure they actually meet in person, and that'll cause the defection a lot sooner. And then wait around for a minute or two, and then the supply unit will appear. All manageable, all within time, so that's basically it. And Cao Cao played very nicely there towards the end, didn't even cause me any trouble. So thanks very much for watching, folks, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.